Happy Saturday. I'm Marcus from Wall Street Assassins, and Tesla stock dropped over 7% yesterday. The option contracts hit over 500% and even higher than that. But how could you have caught this overall move? So, looking at the overall bigger chart, whenever I analyze a stock, I always like to look at the overall 180-day 4-hour chart to see if there's any support or resistance zones. That's the main key when it goes into charting support and resistance, finding previous areas in which that stock basically struggled from, right? So even if Tesla had news yesterday, which Tesla had news about a possible stock split, and also had news saying that the Chinese market, the buyers are actually slowing down, and all this took effect into the stock and a perfect brew of being overbought for some time. As you can see, Tesla has been running from 697 to the highs of this 941, and it was moving overbought on the RSI, and it was deemed for a possible pullback. So the perfect storm at the perfect time gave the perfect scenario for these contracts on a Friday. So that's another crazy thing, right? Same day expiration, which was the title of yesterday's video. So if we look at Tesla over here, Tesla hit a high of that 949 in the past. This was back in May 4th, and that was a major rejection zone. If you look over here, we tried to hit it once over here on August 1st, and we couldn't basically break it. And we tried it again um, on August 4th as well. And then we tried it again yesterday, August 5th, and we could not break it, deeming a strong resistance zone. So I actually jumped into some puts yesterday as well too, made out with some good profits. But overall, how could you capture this move, right? So the main thing is, one, you want to find previous major resistance zones. As you can see, what stopped Tesla from going any higher than this 950, right? A resistance zone leading towards that drop from that 959 all the way down to 617. So we see that same resistance zone acting as resistance right now. So always look for major resistance zones that basically led into a major pullback or a major bounce in the past. And also use your EMA, right? The break of the EMA, that's a trend change, right? You always want to enter on a trend change. And that trend change was the break of the EMA around 918 all the way down towards that 852. Now, this is just the 180 day. I always like to compare and contrast multiple charts, right? So I always like to drop down from my 180 day to my 20 day 1 hour. And you guys can see very clearly that even though we took that major drop, we're still above that 20-day SMA, which if the stock is above it, that means that the stock is deemed more on the bullish side. So let's see what happens this upcoming week. We are very oversold after that drop. We do have an upcoming stock split. Do you think Tesla is going to start to basically find some support at the 850 zone and start climbing up from here? Now, the stock split is supposed to be on August 25th. So we have some time before that stock split. Or do you think we're going to continue to pull back even though the 20 days oversold? In my opinion, since the 20 days oversold, I think we do get a possible bounce if we can hold above that 873. I think we could start going up towards 890 and maybe even try to attempt that 940 since we're so oversold. If we continue to sell off oversold, this is going to be what I consider a high risk short position just because we're oversold, because the possibility for downside is a lot lower according to the RSI. So looking at this, we could possibly go from 850, maybe even down towards 840. But I do think that we're going to taper off over here and possibly look for some type of bottom bounce. It's either we do a dead cat bounce, try to bounce and can't recover and come down, or we bounce and recover. So let's see what happens. What do you guys think? Leave a comment below. Did you guys learn something, right? When you're looking for an overall major trend change, look at your larger charts, as in the 180-day, find previous resistance levels, and wait for the break of the EMA line. That EMA line is that trend change. Once you see the break of the EMA line, that is a trend change. Just like you see, Tesla was moving above it, going bullish. Now it's below it. That means the stock is bearish, right? So I taught you guys a lot of stuff. Leave a like on the video. Hopefully you guys learned something, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Later.